Spin to Win has returned to the new Lloydminster Nissan. See our incredible selection in the Big Blue building and spin the big wheel with your purchase. And at the new Lloydminster Nissan, shopping local isn't just something we say, it's something we do. That's why Spin to Win features fantastic local prizes, including Lambert travel gift cards and more. And right now, the new Lloydminster Nissan is overstocked. See our incredible new lineup and pre-owned inventory ASAP. We're in the Big Blue building on Highway 16 West. The new Lloydminster Nissan. We won't sell you a car, we'll help you buy one.
At Lloydminster and District Co-op, membership matters more. Because being part of a co-op means you're connected to something bigger than yourself. From long-held legacy by those who built our communities, to people you call family, friends, and neighbors. When you're a Lloyd Co-op member, you're an owner in a local business that prides itself on purpose alongside profit. You earn cash back, you help support causes that matter most, and you're building a better way of life for the next generation. Membership matters more.
Local people. Local news and events. Local sports. Local matters. For all things Lloydminster area, this is Live with Kurt Price.
Welcome to Lloydminster Exhibition and the new Lloydminster Nissan Exhibition Grill. We remind you that the new Lloydminster Nissan is in their temporary location out on Highway 16 West, and there are over 100 vehicles all indoors under the roof in the Big Blue building on Highway 16 West. Just follow the signs. And right now at the new Lloydminster Nissan, they are overstocked. So when you come see us at the new Lloydminster Nissan, you're going to find a lot of vehicles indoors and a lot of vehicles outdoors as well. And with each purchase, new or pre-owned, you get to spin to win local prizes. At the new Lloydminster Nissan, when we say shop local, we mean it, and that's why we're giving away local prizes, including a travel voucher worth $1,000 from Lambert Travel gift cards. Again, Highway 16 West, just watch for the signs. Well, Mark Lane is here. He is a long-serving member of the Lloydminster Fire Department, and this March, in early March, like right away here, he is heading to Columbus, Ohio to compete in the strongest firefighter competition. Teri-Lynn MacKie also going to join us today to talk about the 22nd Annual Business Education Conference, which is March 6th at Lakeland College. Superior Water is proud to provide you with the purest drinking water possible, and I drink it because I like the taste. I believe it is superior to anyone else's water. I think it's the best water in Lloydminster, and at just $3 a jug, you always get a great, consistent taste. And don't forget ice for that Crown Royal, just $2 a bag. They have 2 locations in Lloydminster. Visit them beside Sheepskin Loft on 57th Avenue, and if you need help, you won't have to ask for it. You can also visit their coin-operated location by 7-Eleven, just off Highway 17 South. At Superior Water, water is what they do, and they do it well. Well, this Saturday is the 20th anniversary of the Cutter Rally for Cancer. This is a fun event. I've been lucky enough to be a part of it each year. Won't be around this year, but it's a fun event that has raised over $170,000 to fight cancer, with a lot of that money staying right here and going to the hospital to help make treatments with cancer more comfortable. Mike and Tammy Hampel are co-chairs. They told us there are numerous ways that you can participate.
Anybody and everybody is welcome to come out and join us. We have several different ways of participating in this event. So you can be a Teamster, which would be ideal, but our Teamsters all have plenty of room to take somebody with them. So come as a participant if you'd like. Ghost hands, we're pre-selling ghost hands right now. So those people are generally not necessarily going out on the trail. They might come back in for supper for us, which is great. And in the last few years, we've added horseback riders as well. So they are welcome to bring their horse and toboggan for the kids and whatever else they do out there. So lots of ways to come and join us.
Or just as a participant. So, and those people can either come down for the day and spend with us, or they can find a friend to go out on the trail.
Registration starts at 11 a.m. Of course, the day concludes with a delicious supper, and there are hot dogs at the halfway point of the trail as well. Border City Connects has announced that their third annual Play It Forward game will be April the 19th at the Service Sports Centre. Aaron Buckingham made that announcement last week right here on our program, and he also told us that players will be competing for the on-ice trophy as well as bragging rights as to who can raise the most money for the game. And he told us what that money will be used for this year.
Last year, we needed to replace one of the medical vans, the ones that you don't see as often. You see their logo and they say Border City Connects on them and such, but they're the ones that are going to Edmonton and Saskatoon and North Battleford and all the different places for those specialty appointments. So we bought one of the new ones for them last year. People really don't know how many times those vans are on the road in the course of a year. So one of the older ones is miled out and starting to give grief. And I've said it before, the last thing I want to see is my grandfather or someone else's grandfather or anybody of my family sitting with a broke down vehicle on the side of the road in Elk Island Park on the way to their very important medical appointment in Edmonton. So this year's goal for the game again is a $70,000 mark, so we can replace that unit and keep that consistency of travel for everybody that needs it.
We're going to stick with hockey. The Lloydminster Bobcats will host the Drayton Valley Thunder tomorrow night, 7 p.m. at the Civic Centre. The Bobcats season is winding down. Playoffs just around the corner. It's Pink in the Rink night, presented by Canadian Natural and the Lloydminster District Co-op, where we can wear pink and get into the game for free. Congratulations going out to the Lloydminster Bandits as they advanced to round 2 of the Northeast Alberta Junior B Hockey League playoffs by sweeping the Cold Lake ice. Bandits scored with just over a minute left in the third period last night in Cold Lake to break the hearts of the crowd and win 6-5 in Cold Lake last night. And by the way, Joel Webb, who was one of the guests on the Tuesday night sports show here on Live with Kurt Price, he got a couple of goals last night. More hockey, more firefighters. The Todd Gustafson Memorial Hockey Game, known as the Battle of the Badges, is March 9th, 12:30 at the Civic Centre. Lloydminster RCMP will look to avenge last year's loss to the Lloydminster Fire Department. Entry to the game is a non-perishable food item for the Olive Tree or the Salvation Army. There's also cash donations be accepted, and the game is also a fundraiser for Big Brothers and Big Sisters youth mentorship programs here in Lloydminster. And let's throw in some football news here just to change things up a little bit. The Lloydminster Minor Football Association has registration open now for Pee Wee players this spring. Dallin Falshear with LMF8. He took us through what you need to do to register.
Spring season, we get going on May 13th, and then we practice I believe it's Monday, Wednesday, twice a week for 6 weeks, and then have like a little scrimmage on Father's Day. And in that spring training, we work mostly on development and just safe contact and just getting kids used to the sport, and a lot of conditioning as well. So it's good to get them out early and get going on that for sure.
How long is the season?
So once they start, they usually start the first weekend in September, and we go right up into November, depending how far you go in playoffs, kind of thing.
So what happens with registration? What do you need to do to register? When you go online, what do you need to fill out?
Yeah, no, there's just some forms that you have to fill out. Pretty simple process, and then just get them back to us. And there's a fee. There's a $500 fee for the season, and we take registrations from it. You don't have to be a Lloydminster resident. You can, last year we had players from Lashburn, Paradise Valley, Kid Scotty, Marwayne, kind of things.
Time to dig out the green shirts and all the hats and the fancy stuff for the big parties of the year, because we've got Irish Pub Night back March 16th as St. Paddy's Day rolls closer and closer. And once again this year, Irish Pub Night features Garrett Gregory and a lot of fun dancing and some really interesting games. Early bird tickets are just $40. They're available at Zeffy.com until February the 7th. Tickets after February 7th are $50, and Lloydminster Border City Rotary Club will visit us on Tuesday, March the 3rd, I believe it is, maybe the 4th, to talk to us more about that. Border City Collectors Show and Sale is Saturday, March 9th. That runs from 9 to 5 in the WS Convention Center here at the Lloydminster Exhibition. So show will feature antiques, toys, collectibles, and memorabilia. It's just $5 to get in, or families get in for $15, children 12 and and under are free. BioClean Disaster Services is a local company that's restoration and cleaning is second to none. Wind, fire, flood, that can be disastrous for your property and your belongings, of course, but it can also be really hard on families. That's why at BioClean Disaster Services, their commitment is to you and your family. All products are safe for your family, but it's also about keeping you up to date on what is happening with the restoration project and getting your family and that family dynamic back to where it was before the disaster. Committed, certified, reliable, and yes, very local, serving Lloydminster, Wainwright, St. Paul, Bonnyville, and Cold Lake. BioClean Disaster Services, 1-833-246-8326. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, Mark Lane is going to tell us how he got interested in the Strongest Firefighter competition, which is coming up here in just over a week.
I'm Brian Zinchuk of PipelineOnline.ca. I used to be a pipeliner, and I've spent the last 15 years reporting on energy in Saskatchewan. PipelineOnline.ca provides comprehensive coverage of light oil, heavy oil, lithium, helium, power production including coal, wind, solar, geothermal, natural gas, and nuclear. There's a lot happening in Saskatchewan's energy sector, and Pipeline Online is there for all of it. No one else comes even close.
It's more than just taxes at L&A CPA. Assurance, accounting, retirement planning, estate planning, business consulting, financial consulting, farm program support, and bookkeeping. But yes, there is always taxes. The team at L&A CPA is committed to helping you achieve your best results and will be there to assist you every step of the way. L&A CPA, with offices in Provost, Vermilion, and Lloydminster.
At Jason Arden Associates Cooperators, we're proud to be a top-rated local insurance company that offers flexible solutions and expert advice for all your insurance and investment needs. We'll work with you to tailor your insurance specific to your needs, and we offer investment advice that always puts you first. At Cooperators, one of our core values is to give back to the communities that we live in. Thanks to the support of our clients in Lloydminster and area, in 2023, Jason Arden Associates has donated $40,000 to local nonprofits, charities, students, athletes, and other special events. How does your insurance company support our community?
Welcome back to the Lloydminster Exhibition and the new Lloydminster Nissan Exhibition Grill. Mark Lane is our guest. He is a long-serving firefighter, and he was telling me that he was a firefighter when it was still volunteer firefighters.
Absolutely, I was. Started here in Lloydminster in 2011, end of 2011 here, and I've been going strong ever since for about 13 years now.
Did you ever think Lloydminster would become home?
When I moved here originally, I loved the community aspect of everything. And I was very happy when it became home very, very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, let's talk about this firefighters, the Strongest Firefighters competition, which I got to be perfectly honest, I'd never heard of until you contacted me and said, hey, you're heading down to, how long has this Strongest Firefighter competition been going?
So they've been going strong for about 5 years now, specifically for the Strongest Firefighter. The Arnold Sports Festival, where it takes place, has been going on for years, and it is where all the professional bodybuilders, strongmen, any of the sort of strength athletes compete on the highest stage.
So when we talk about the Arnold, we're talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes, we are. Yeah, absolutely.
You were telling me there's a statue right out front of him.
Yeah, right out front of the convention center where we're competing there. There's a statue of Arnold, famous for people taking pictures with it. And I look forward to seeing it myself.
Yeah. So what gets you involved? What gets you wanting to compete in the world's Strongest Firefighter competition?
From a young age, I've always loved sports. As I grew up, strength training became more and more of a part of my life as I became an adult. And specifically the strongman aspect of it came into play more so as my role as a firefighter developed within the city. I am one of the captains with the fire department here now, and in running my shift, safety is our biggest factor, and I want to ensure that I am in physical shape enough to handle any situation that may need to happen or be done to keep our members and the community members safe. And the strongman is lifting odd objects and heavy objects in many different ways, and that translates extremely well to our job at the fire hall there.
Okay, so take us through what you need to do. Do you need to qualify for the?
Yeah, so you have to show past experience. So I've competed both provincially in Alberta and Saskatchewan, and made provincials last year. Unfortunately, I became injured and had to step away for a year now. But now I'm back at it and hoping to go crush this competition.
How do you train for something that's like? And I want to talk about, for one of the things that you got to do is lift a fire hydrant.
Yeah.
Now, it's not like a fire hydrant weighs like 8,000 pounds or anything. I mean, it's not light either by any means, but it's awkward. How do you start training for something like that?
So with a lot of the implements I have, I train at home in my garage, and with a lot of the implements I have, they're already awkwardly shaped, and just progressing with the weights and sort of mentally preparing myself for especially the odd objects like a fire hydrant. That's sort of how I prepare. And ironically, I have had to pick up a fire hydrant off the road a couple times in my duties.
Really?
So
just a car hit it or something?
Yeah. So I've had to pick them up a few times. So I have picked up a fire hydrant before, and yes, they are heavy. They weigh about 200 pounds, 220 pounds, give or take. And so I'm interested to see the translation. The weight itself is no issue, and I'm sure I can figure it out.
So what are the competitions, and do you compete in all of them?
So there's preliminary events, which are more of your standard strongman events: the log press, the axle press, sandbags. There's a squat, an Anderson squat, which is a bottom-up squat. The reason that one makes that one different and difficult is because you're starting from the bottom with no spring into your body. Whereas in a regular squat, you would start from the top, get that tension to come back up. You're starting from a dead weight at competition weight, I believe, is 468 pounds.
Okay, so and when I say it's coming up like right away. You're leaving
right
Tuesday.
Away. Yes, yep. I leave Tuesday morning, weigh in on the 29th, and then compete the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of March.
And how many guys would say be going from even Canada alone? Like
Canada alone.
Like how many people would be there? But how many from Canada too?
I'm unsure of the total number from Canada.
Okay.
I know there are several from the States. I know New York is, obviously a large department, and they are well represented at this competition. But interestingly enough, I know of one individual from Taiwan who's coming. So it truly is a world event when I say world's strongest firefighter.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I will meet a Canadian along the way. I just haven't met them yet.
You're pretty confident.
I like to be confident. I train quite hard for this, and going into it confidently to get the best outcome.
Who helps you?
I have a wonderful coach. His name's Denis Labrache. He's out of Regina. He is the owner of Valkyrie Strength, and I've been working with him for just shy of 3 years now. And he programs me, does everything, gets me ready for these competitions.
Well, you and I were talking when you came in, and I was like, Columbus, Ohio isn't exactly, a destination we think of going to each year. So you were telling me that's where the expenses really come in.
Yeah. So the flying, it's across the country, and none of the flights seem to be direct. So cost of flights, and then because it is such a big show and convention with all the professional bodybuilders, the expo, everything, the hotel prices skyrocket. So it between getting there on the flights and the stay itself, just to compete, that adds up pretty quick.
Is there a pretty good prize, or is it like bragging rights?
Well, physical monetary prize, no. The actual prize for first, second, third place has traditionally been, and it has varied, but traditionally been a fire axe with the axe head being the gold, silver, bronze plated, and world's strongest firefighter for that given year.
Okay, so something you can bring back.
That is something I can bring back, and that's something I hope to bring back.
Bring back and show off.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You're saying that it's not really that expensive to enter. It's just getting down there. So you got some businesses that have helped you out and some people that have helped you out too.
Absolutely. And I'd love to take a second here to shout out. First of all, I'd love to give a shout out to my fiance Taylor. She has put up with me and my training and the loud noises and everything else that has gone into this, the food.
My girlfriend puts up with some, my fiance puts up with loud noises too, but not the kind you're thinking of.
Fair enough. But she has been fantastic, and I truly appreciate her and love her very much. Valkyrie Strength, my coach. as well as local businesses, Revolt Motorsports, Robertson Insurance and Investment, Sabre Machining, Me Tire, First Choice Auto Detailing, City Furniture, Northern Factory Workwear, Peak Performance, and Rhino Roofing, as well as several individuals, some within the fire department, family members, have all contributed graciously, and I have been absolutely blown away.
Can you still help?
Absolutely, you can still help. I don't have a specific donation spot, but if you'd like to get in contact with myself, we can post my email address.
Yeah, what's your email
Sure.
address?
My email address is m.lane, Lane, 61@gmail.com.
Okay, easy.
And yeah, super easy. And anything helps, anything's appreciated. And as I say, I have absolutely appreciated every bit of support from the community thus far.
Yeah, we've never had anybody from Lloydminster compete in this, right?
No one from Lloydminster.
Yeah. So the support to get that, how's the support been from the city itself?
The city's done a wonderful job. They have set me up with you, so I got this
Yeah,
opportunity.
We appreciate it. Doug Rodwell contacted me.
Absolutely.
So, hey, there's only so much we can do.
Right, and the Chiefs have been wonderful. Everyone's been wonderful at the city. They've put out in the newsletter, they put out a little blurb about me, which has been fantastic. And without the support of everyone at the city and the fire department, I'm grateful beyond words.
You know, here's the thing. It's just you going.
Yes.
There's nobody else going. Like, it's no coach, no nothing.
coach,
it's
no-
just you.
Yep.
Like 6 days alone.
Yep.
3 days competition.
Yes.
So, like, it's not like this is something extravagant or anything like that you're asking people to
No,
donate
no.
to. It's like, it's just going to be me, and I'm going down there to win.
Me alone, down there to win, travel, and eat some food. That's
Yeah.
about it. And not fancy food, just food.
Yeah. Is there a way you can watch and know when you're going to compete, for example?
There is a way to watch. We get all that information in the athletes meeting. I will be posting it on my social media, and I will pass it along to yourself as well. And if they'd like to watch, once I get that information, I will make sure it is available to as many people as I can get it out to.
Yeah, and people should know, like, you're competing in a weight level.
Yes.
Because I think, the poster and everything has these guys with, muscles the size of my head.
Right.
Not quite. Yeah. There's women too that compete too.
There's several classes. There is a women's class. They compete separately at a slightly different time just because there's only so much space. But I am competing in the under 90 kilogram weight class. So on the 29th when I weigh in, I will have to be 89.9 kilograms. And that's the magic number for me. And come competition day, which is obviously the first, I've got a day to get back up to my competition weight, which is about 210, 212.
Now, you were telling me another exciting aspect is you actually get to meet Arnie.
Yeah, so he will be in attendance at the competition, and he has always met with the firefighters and shaken their hand, that sort of thing, and that is an amazing thing in itself.
Yeah. How did you find out about this competition? Like, do you guys get
So I've followed strength sports for years.
Oh, okay.
And so following the
You
Arnold.
should mention you have to be a firefighter.
Yes, you must be an active duty firefighter. That is actually the most stringent vetting they do. Is we had to prove at time of registration that we were active duty, and then once again when I get there, I have to prove that I'm active duty.
How do you
I have my city identification, and then we have our union identification as well for the IAFF.
Right. How do you prevent guys from just going, I'm a firefighter for a day?
Well,
hopefully there's some honesty there.
Yeah. At the end of the day, hopefully there's some honesty, and that's one of the traits that firefighters hold dear. So that's the hope. And
hopefully you're competing against guys you're a 13-year veteran.
Yep.
So hopefully you're competing guys, 13-year veterans.
Absolutely, and it's going to be fantastic age-wise. It'll be a span. There is a master's category, so the 50 plus is in the master's category. And at 35, I'm hoping to be sort of right in the middle of the age group and show my experience and have a blast while I'm doing it.
Thanks, Mark. Is there anything I'm forgetting?
I think that's about it. Thank you so much for having me. And again, thank you to all my community support members. I, beyond words, can't thank them enough.
Best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Look forward to hearing from you when you get back.
Absolutely.
Maybe you'll have to bring that trophy and you get one and show us.
Absolutely. I'll get that trophy and bring it back to you.
Appreciate it, Mark.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, Teri-Lynn MacKie and the 22nd Annual Business Education Conference.
Spin to Win has returned to the new Lloydminster Nissan. See our incredible selection in the Big Blue building and spin the big wheel with your purchase. And at the new Lloydminster Nissan, shopping local isn't just something we say, it's something we do. That's why Spin to Win features fantastic local prizes, including Lambert travel gift cards and more. And right now, the new Lloydminster Nissan is overstocked. See our incredible new lineup and pre-owned inventory ASAP. We're in the Big Blue building on Highway 16 West. The new Lloydminster Nissan. We won't sell you a car, we'll help you buy one.
How can you help support the oil and gas industry and jobs in Western Canada? The answer is closer than you think. Sell your scrap metals to PWM Steel. PWM sells scrap iron to Evraz, located in Regina. Evraz's #1 customer is the energy sector, building pipes and plates for the oil and gas industry. PWM Steel is your locally owned metal recycler and steel service center in the area. Plus, they're a strong supporter of the community. PWM Steel, your top steel supplier for Alberta and Saskatchewan for 40 years.
At Diamond 7 Meats, we work with local farm families to provide a high-quality product and a great selection for you. Try our mouth-watering smokies, pulled pork, roast beef, and more, made pure and natural with no additives or fillers. We offer custom processing, and our experienced team works for you to provide a selection of sausage, burgers, and jerkies made to your specifications. Take your grilling to the next level with a Yoder smoker. Complete the grilling experience with Canadian-made, award-winning line of House of Q barbecue sauces. We're locally owned and operated, and we look forward to seeing you today.
Welcome back to the Lloydminster Exhibition and the new Lloydminster Nissan Exhibition Grill. Teri-Lynn MacKie is here. First, I want to invite you to walk through Wellings. Wellings is a new community for those 55 and older that is made up of gorgeous villas that each have their own appliances, their own heating and cooling. And when I say gorgeous, I mean absolutely beautiful. High ceilings, walk-in showers, beautiful backsplashes. Most of the 2-bedroom villas have a garage. There's no property taxes. There's no maintenance to worry about or anything like that, or maintenance fees. Although you're getting away from home ownership and the stress that can come with that, especially as you get older, you're still going to be living independently. But of course, you can see this and get to know your neighbors as much as you want, because they're also in the process of building a clubhouse. And we invite you to walk through a villa with Darlene, and she'll tell you just how easy life can be and how much less stress there is with Wellings. If you're starting to worry about your health a little bit and things like that, or maybe you want to travel more and you don't want to come home to long grass and worried about people shoveling your driveway for you. And you can talk to Darlene about stress-free leases as well. 780-872-8537, and they are stress-free. Teri-Lynn MacKie is the Executive Director with the Lloydminster Chamber of Commerce, and the Lloydminster Chamber of Commerce and Startup Lloydminster
Community Futures, the Lloydminster Construction Association, Lakeland College, and the City of Lloydminster Economic Development Team.
All
and
combined.
Lloydminster Learning Council as well.
All combining to host the 22nd Annual Business Education Conference.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive, 22 years.
Yeah, it's these organizations listen to our business community and find out what's going on, and so then we put on a conference, a half-day conference, to help with maybe some of the issues and bring some education parts into for a conference.
When is it, Teri-Lynn?
It is March 6th at Lakeland College from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how do you, what are you going to find there? Is it for entrepreneurs? Is it for, the latest in social media aspects and stuff like that, hosting a business?
So what we've been finding is that we've been seeing all across of our organizations that businesses have been doing a lot of job postings, and there has been a really tight labor market and like a decrease in unemployment rates. And so we're finding that businesses are looking for talent. So we've been able to bring together a conference that is based on how to hire and retain employees and future employees.
So recruitment's a huge thing right now.
Yeah.
Okay. And what, you have some guest speakers? And
So
are they all local?
No, so we're bringing in Sheila. She's our keynote speaker, Sheila Musgrove, and she is a best-selling novelist and she talks about hiring and recruitment and how to do interviews and how to look for talent that you don't necessarily see. She looks at hiring differently and what you need to do for interviewing. Yeah.
That interview thing would be interesting.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, because those can be so awkward sometimes.
And then, you get 5 to 10 minutes, and you choose if they are going to fit in your organization. So any kind of leg up that you could get in the interviewing skills is always good.
What's it cost to be a part of the?
It is $65 to register, and that comes with breakfast, lunch, and then you get access to a keynote speaker. We're also bringing in Sarah Hurt.
From BioClean?
No, sorry.
Oh,
I have to get the name. I always mess it up here. Sarah Hurtubis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then we're also having a panelist of local entrepreneurs. And there's Cody Bexon and Teri-Lynn Benzonesk from Northern Factory Workwear. And then there's one more panelist, but they haven't announced it yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happens with the panel? What are they?
So the panel is talking about past, present, and future. So where they were, where they are now, and where they're going in the future. And it's all about different issues that they've been facing. And honestly, it's what comes out of these local employers is the most amazing thing we've seen in the past, because they talk about what they are facing, and it gives you an insight to what's happening into local business.
It'd be interesting to go back over 22 years and see how that has changed each and every year. Has it always been at Lakeland College?
No, it has been different places for many years. It was held at the Golf and Curling Center for some years, Lakeland College. We took a hiatus from 2020 to last year was the first year we brought it back.
I wonder why. Yeah. You don't have to
and
really
so we're just revitalizing it.
So what, with the chamber, what are you guys hearing that are challenges right now for businesses? Because we talk about inflation all the time for, for shoppers, but it's got to be hard on businesses as well.
The biggest thing that we're hearing from businesses is the labor shortage, and
that's the biggest thing, right?
And the skilled labor, and that is the major thing that we're hearing. There's lots of other issues, but that is the number one issue that we're hearing from just about every single business.
That's interesting. Is it necessary to pre-register, or when do you have to pre-register by?
You have to if you could register by middle of next week. So Wednesday next week would be, I think that's the 28th.
28th, yeah.
Yeah, just so that we could get the numbers in for the catering.
Right.
But we always, if you're a little bit late, we'll try and accommodate as best as we can, yeah.
Are we still seeing a growth with businesses in Lloydminster? Would you know that, Teri-Lynn?
Don't necessarily know the growth. We're just seeing a large amount of job postings. Because the Lloydminster Chamber of Commerce has a job board, and we are seeing an increase in job postings. And not to hijack this, but we are also, with a lot of the same organizations, hosting a job fair on March 14th. And so we've had quite a big uptake from our local employers joining the job fair.
When is that? Where's that one at?
It's going to be held at the Gold Horse Casino.
Oh, okay. I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And if you're a business that wants to get in, can you still get in for that?
You absolutely can. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's still lots of space. And it's honestly, for both events, you could register at the Lloydminster Chamber of Commerce website, or give the Lloydminster Chamber of Commerce a phone call at 780-875-9013. And we'll be able to help you.
Okay, and for those who are looking for a job or thinking about a change in job, what are the hours of that?
The job fair is from 11 till 5 p.m.
Okay.
Yep.
And that was March 16th, right?
March 16th, yeah.
Okay. Anything I'm forgetting to ask about either or?
No, I think that's... If you need any more information, if you want to register, or if you're looking to register for the job fair, please reach out and we can help get you registered.
Appreciate it, Teri-Lynn.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll be back with you on Tuesday, and Lenny Young is going to join us. And she is got a Kickstarter going to release an album. She's been releasing singles and stuff for a long time, and now it's time for her to put an album out. And she's given a lot back to the community. Now she's looking for some help as well. So we'll talk to Eleni Tuesday morning right here at the Lloydminster Exhibition.